Hello people. I've been thinking a lot about the current global mental health crisis and how ill-equipped we are to deal with the up-and-coming existential crisis that's happening since more intelligent our society has become, the more likely you are to get one if you are more intelligent. Now, when one thinks about retirement, the best narrative we have is the Golden Girls. And does anybody remember any scene of that show? Now that I think about it, but that's beside the point. Or up. But we also later people, this will be the best time of your lives. But that's not the case. Retirees make up around, I think last time I read, around 12% of the US population, but 20% of the suicides. People during retirement develop depression and start doing suicide ideation. So we don't have this happy ending. Even Up, which is about the man grieving the death of his wife. He's also in retirement, and with the help of a young boy, finds joy again. I'm like, okay, but he's retired. He's gonna die soon. And we always hear this happy elder myth of when I was doing my research, I found that these people had the best mental health. Even in Robert Cialdini's book, Persuasion, he talks about this, because these people live in the moment. Now, given the numbers I just gave you, does it seem that way? And is our mental health system equipped globally to deal with this? In contrast, if you look at people who live in the blue zones, those zones where people live longer, the longest globally actually, they don't ever retire. Oprah did a show on this, and the one was a 95-year-old cardiovascular surgeon. They say the word retirement is sinful day. So they work and work and work, because work gives life meaning. Even Michael Shermer said it in a Big Think video. Oh, sorry, I'll stop shaking my legs. And yeah, that's basically why people in entertainment live so long. Basically, you never actually retire. Sir Patrick Stewart is now doing Broadway shows, Hamlet and Shakespeare and whatnot, when he's not doing X-Men. So these are just some thoughts I have. And how will you eventually handle your retirement? And now that I'm on this, I might as well say this as well. The US is facing a massive mental health crisis. Somebody once said, if you want to make a killing with work in the US, become a clinical psychologist. In a few years, you guys are going to be raking in the money. But yeah, retirement. The best narrative you have is a sitcom. Yay. So yeah, that's just. And retirement anxiety is also a thing. Hence the high suicide rate. People develop depression and want to get out of bed. They don't see the reason of living anymore. We even get the retirement heart attack. We're perfectly healthy people. Just boom, have a heart attack. For no good reason. Same happens with grief. But these are just some thoughts. Are we mentally, is our mental health system is already overburdened, ready for this? The next 10, 12 years, when the baby boomers enter retirement. There was a psychiatrist specialized in geriatrics. She talked about one of her patients doing rational suicide in her late 60s, but she's ready to die. She has her pills ready. She was a nurse during the AIDS pandemic, and she just collected a bunch of her medication, willing to take them on a whim. The psychiatrist was always of the mindset of every minute of life is valuable, but spending time with these people has changed her, or his, I can't remember the sex of this person's mind. So, are we mentally ready for the massive influx of retirees and their mental health needs? Because physical health, we say, keep your body healthy when you're younger. We don't even do that. But let's say we do that magically. Are you ready for your mental health to go to start developing depression and suicidal ideation? I said this because I spoke about the link to the what I've called the documentary down below. Also on the subreddit. And those athletes had the same thoughts after the winning the Olympics of now what? Of achieved my goal. Yes, all our mental health system is ready for this. Michael Phelps wanted to commit suicide after he retired from swimming. And it kind of makes sense. You know, ever since you're a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? You go, you study, you do the thing, then you stop. Why did it matter at all? Just some thoughts.